All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a round for the weekend. It's powered by Belly Up Sports, and this is a fun program. We're gonna have some fun tonight. I'm bringing on a special guest, and actually, you know, I'll bring him in right now. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be this guy.
What's cracking, boys and girls?
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear you, bud?
Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, shit. All right, let me try this again. Let me roll it back. I'm going to leave and come back.
Still can't hear you. Having technical difficulties here. Hang on a second here. Let me unmute. All right, let's try this again. You still on mute, Jared?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, hang on a second here, folks. We're having some technical difficulty here. All right, so let me put myself back in the primary picture here. So Jared's having technical difficulties. I'm not sure what's going on, but he's going to leave and come back. Hopefully we'll have him on in just a moment. But anywho, welcome to the show. It's a weird show, but welcome to it. Again, around for the weekend, powered by Belly Up Sports, and it's part of the Belly Up live streaming network. And let me bring him back in. So, that stream.
How's that? Better?
Yeah, I still can't hear you.
What the hell? Hold on.
All right, we'll try something. All right, let me just remove him real quick. I'll have him back in just a second. Hopefully I can.
How about now?
Yeah, you're on, but I still can't hear you. What's going on?
It says I'm unmuted.
Uh-oh. Something's going down. All right. Well, I'll let Jared get stuff figured out. In the meantime, we'll just shut it down for just a second here. So we'll get him straightened out. But in the meantime, we're gonna play a game called What You Drinking. And I've had this beer company on the show multiple times. Now it's called Slick Fin Brewing Company. It's based out of Fort Edward, New York. I got a crowler of their Triple Canopy Sour. And the Triple Canopy Sour, it's 3 berries. So it's got, let me just go to Slick Fin Brewing. And we're going to go to here. All right. All right, so it's their Triple Canopy Raspberry, Blackberry, and Blueberry. It's a sour. And let's see. All right, Jared's back. Let's see if we can bring him on.
How about now, Ryan?
Still can't hear you, man.
What the fuck? I don't know what's... I don't know.
All right, let me send you the link again. We'll get this figured out.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, folks. All right, so I'm going to send him the link again. And hopefully we'll get this straightened out with his sound difficulties. I'm not sure what's going on here. Sorry, folks. These things happen on a live show. All right, so let me crack this open. It's a Triple Canopy. It's a raspberry, blueberry, and blackberry sour. There we go. On to the weekend. That's the sound of the weekend, my friends. And I got my co-host, as usual, Mr. Mason Jar. Pour it quick. Ooh, there we go. All right. Well, hopefully Jared comes back and we'll get this show on the road. So, till the weekend, everybody, cheers. And this is actually today was my final work day. I have all next week off because Thanksgiving. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a live show next Friday because it's Black Friday. I might have something special planned in the works. Hopefully we can get this going. So, all right. So Jared's back. Let's see.
Testing.
No.
Oh my god!
This is getting disastrous here. All right, I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe we'll try something. Let me try something. We could try something different. Maybe try rebooting or closing out and going back into your browser.
Try that now.
I don't know, man.
On settings, camera, audio. Okay, it's picking me up there. Stereo audio.
Your mic's on, right?
I unplugged it to try it. It's still
Yeah. Just reboot the whole dang thing.
Right.
Check back in. All right. Well, reboot everything. Here we go. All right. So Jared's still having some technical difficulty. Not sure what's going on with his system because he's having some problems. They had the live show last night and didn't seem to work fine. But all right. So let's give this a try. Cheers, everyone, to the weekend. Happy Thanksgiving. Ooh, it smells pretty. Ooh. Yeah, definitely a sour. Definitely get that sour taste, that tart, that bite. It's tart. It definitely. Ooh, there. Ooh. There's that raspberry. Oh, that's nice. All right, so tonight, the episode's called the NFL's Race to the Playoffs, or as I call it, the Race to the Top. So let me take a look at the NFL standings as we go into the NFL. Okay, so let's take a look at the standings currently, and this is including last night's game between Seattle and Arizona, with Seattle winning that game. Darn. The reason why I say darn is because I'm a Jets fan, and as you can see, I'm wearing this handsome T-shirt, which you can find at our Teespring store. If you look for Belly Up Sports in the Teespring store, save Sam Darnold. It's got other T-shirts there. Let's get the Hail Murray from last week's win from the Cardinals over the Bills. We've got lots of different tees, lots of different other cool stuff on there. So, all right, so let's take a look at the standings, and we go into the playoff standings. All right, so AFC right now, Pittsburgh's in first place. Overall, they have home field advantage because they're literally have a perfect record, 9-0. Number 2 seed is Kansas City. They're 8-1. Buffalo at 7-3. Indy's at 6-3. They currently win. They're currently in first place in the AFC South, based off their win against Tennessee last Thursday night. So Tennessee, they started the year 5-0, and they've won only one of the last 4 games. So they're actually in jeopardy of missing the playoffs right now altogether. They're actually sitting in ninth place. They're right below Cleveland. So top seed Pittsburgh, second seed Kansas City, third seed. All right, let's bring Jared back. Hopefully we get a result.
Try it now.
No.
What the fuck?
Dang it. Sorry, buddy.
Check if
not sure what's going on
your end, because I have full mic for here and everything.
All right, hang on a second here. All right, let me just put myself here. All right. So anyway, Pittsburgh 1, Kansas City 2, Buffalo 3, Indy 4, Las Vegas 5. Las Vegas 5, Miami 6, Baltimore 7. So those are top 7 in the race, in the AFC race. And then you got in the NFC, Green Bay, New Orleans. Green Bay and New Orleans have identical records, but apparently Green Bay has a higher head-to-head win percentage. All right. All right. Let me stop the show real quick. Let me press pause. Be right back. Okay, Jared, I'm the idiot. It was on my side.
You hear me now, Ryan?
I'm stupid.
It's all right. Listen, it's okay.
My mic wasn't set to my Yeti microphone. It was set to speakers and headphones on the computer. So it's my fault.
No, I got you. It's all right.
All right.
My Wi-Fi demolished our episode on Tuesday, so I've had Wi-Fi problems all week.
Oh, okay.
It sounded like Megatron got into our damn our audio recording. It was hysterical. We heard about 15 of the hour and 30 we did with Shannon Walsh came on, and it was awful. She was phenomenal. I felt so bad. Her first show won't even air, so none of it's usable because you only hear about every 15th word.
So you're hearing like Soundwave instead of like trying Soundwave, all those Transformers.
Yeah, basically Soundwave probably sent Razorbeak in and kind of put it in.
I love how we're going retro cartoons tonight instead of football.
Ryan, that's a life size Stormbreaker hanging on my wall right there.
Nice.
I am a huge nerd, so this is perfect.
That's okay. This is great. All right, so I'm gonna rewind here and go back to our "What You Drinking" segment. So, Jared, what you drinking tonight?
So you are the beer aficionado. So I brought back one of my favorites, and one of the ones I have to go into the back room of my liquor store to get. Like, as I'm a preferred customer.
Okay.
Back East Ice Cream Man, very smooth, very clean, not too heavy in the alcohol.
Okay.
Citra IPA, a little hazy, a little gunky. It's nice. I love it. Nice. The double of this is incredible, but it's super rare. So one of my top 5 favorites. I have my number 1 beer of all time in my bag. I'll break that out at the end of the show. But using my customized belly up Yeti with it.
Ooh. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm drinking a repeat beer company, Slickfin Brewing Company. They're based out of Fort Edward, New York, about half hour from me. I've had some of their beers on the program before. I had their watermelon blonde, which is one of the best, probably the best watermelon based beer I've ever drank.
I have honestly never had a watermelon based beer before, and I probably had at least 200 different types of beer in my life. And that is one thing I've never had. So
wait, so you've never had the Hella High watermelon from 21st Amendment?
I didn't even know that was a brewery, dude. Like, so the problem is in Connecticut, the only New York breweries we get are Captain Lawrence, who I've actually met the owner of before.
Yeah,
coolest guy in the world. Coolest guy in the world. Met him at a networking event, honestly, and this was back when they were small. They blew up like the year after I met him. It was like their beer is everywhere now. But Captain Lawrence, we get a lot of Boogie Down Bronx down in Bronx, New York.
Of course.
Radiant Pig, which is out of Manhattan, which I love their beer. So We Own the Night, which has a Trash Panda on it. It was probably one of my top 10. As one of my top 10 favorites. And Ryan, I mean, we're both rocking our belly up hats. So,
yeah, we are. I'm also rocking my Save Sam Darnold t-shirt.
Nice. That is designed by my co-host and aka Darth Kevin, the mustache wonder. You should have seen him during recording. He had his hood up. He was all grouchy. It was like perfect.
So I missed last night's corner booth because I was getting punched in the face. Craft class. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, I was doing some light sparring, so it was fun.
It was so weird. It was the weirdest show. We listened to a audio remix that Kevin had found for like 20 minutes, like for like at least 5 minutes. It was playing in the background for like 15. And then me, Kevin, and Pat who was our newest member of the show. He's part of our Friday show.
Nice.
We're just like going, it was just goofy. We went over our picks. It was honestly, it didn't really go off the rails like I thought it was going to. We kind of stick to it because we were just talking football the entire time. Because football season's in full swing and I freaking love it.
Yeah. I was going into the order right now of the conferences. I was gonna talk about I'm talking about the race to the top tonight because I did the race to the bottom a couple weeks ago on around for the weekend. But who's gonna win the number 1 overall pick? And spoiler alert, it's probably gonna be my Jets.
Well, you say that and watch. They end up pulling out a win this week somehow.
Oh, I was so mad.
We both. I want to see them pluck Jim Harbaugh and send Sam Darnold out.
I've got mixed feelings about Harbaugh, man.
Well, here's the thing. Harbaugh's a great pro coach because he's dealing with adults, not kids.
Right.
Whereas where in college where you got to recruit. Listen, I've met so many college coaches when it came to me going to school and covering college teams to meeting them like post, like Scott Burrell of 30 for 30, The Last Dance fame. was the head basketball coach at my college, my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
Met the guy, great dude, great conversation, straight shooter. Not all coaches are like that. I met the coach. I met coaches from different sports, football coaches all over the place. I've talked to high school. It's a weird thing. College coaches, you have to have a certain relatability about you. You almost have to be a car salesman. Not a used car salesman, a new car salesman.
No, just a damn good car salesman.
Yeah, you have to be able to sell me a brand new 2021 Chevy Tahoe with all the bells and whistles when all I want is like a used one off the lot. You got to sell me the top end one. So that's why I feel like certain guys are built for college. You know, you go to I thought James Franklin was built for college, and then this year just the Penn State's gone whoop out.
Yeah. They're missing their two best running backs, and they're missing their best defensive player. So something's going to happen this year.
No, it's not been great. I mean, my team lost a top 3 overall pick pass rusher, and yet we found 2 more. So, I mean, if you guys don't know, I'm a huge Miami Hurricanes fan, and I'm talking about Greg Rousseau, who is Mel Kiper's big board. I think he's like 3rd or 4th right now. Total, I think he's number 1 overall pass rusher. We also have the number 3 overall pass rusher, and in the 2022 draft, we have the number 3 overall pass rusher as well. That'd be Jalen Phillips and Quincy Roche, respectively. For some reason, Miami just is just plucking them out of nowhere. But you look at guys like Saban, Les Miles, even Lane Kiffin. Even you want to go as bad, like Mark Richt, these guys are like in their heydays, like they were master recruiters. Even go back to Butch Davis back in the 2000s. These guys were so good at telling you, hey, you come here, we'll find the right talent. I don't think Harbaugh was ready. Urban Meyer now as well, but back like even over the past 20 years. But I think what Jim Harbaugh didn't understand was it's not like Stanford where you have a tight corner window of what you can recruit because of what the school expects from you.
Stanford's basically one of the West Ivy League schools. It's a West Coast Ivy League school. I mean, it's got a great medical school. It's got the top 0.5% of the smartest kids in the United States on the West Coast.
Like
there,
it's insane. And the thing is, like, you get guys like McCaffrey, and Bryce Love, but these guys are like not normal guys. Most smart kids don't run a 4.4. I'm sorry, they don't. Or if they do, they're still going to a better school because if they want to play football, or they're actually just going to the medical field or engineering, whatever. They're not playing football. So it's a very rare breed to get a McCaffrey or a Bryce Love. So it was easy for him to use hey, we're going to get a Zach Ertz and a Andrew Luck, and we're just going to play ground and pound with Toby Gerhart and throw the ball over the top on tight end teams. Basically run a John Gruden hybrid Belichick offense. Great.
Right.
But now you're at Michigan. You do get guys who are Michigan's like criteria still isn't like easy to get into. It's not like LSU or Alabama where you basically can you read? Sure. Congratulations. You're in. And then knocks on my boy Kev because Kev had like a 3.9 or 4.0 GPA and got a full ride to Alabama. So the kid's a whiz kid. Don't ever tell him I actually tell him to be smart. But like I would have gotten into LSU and I stopped caring about my grades halfway through my junior year. Because I just didn't. But like that's what like there's the difference there. Michigan, I had no chance in hell because like it's the same kind of thing. But even though it's like you guys like his first recruiting class was phenomenal with the likes like Rashawn Gary and I think Jabril Peppers was part of that as well.
Jabril Peppers,
Jabril Peppers. It was a loaded defensive class, and I think he rode high on that. He hasn't had a quarterback transfer that's been of any note, that's been any decent in college. And I think he's starting to realize when even you hear the comments coming out, he's starting to say like, hey, I want to be I would be open to coaching the NFL game. Where there's smoke, there's fire, Ryan. And unfortunately for Michigan fans, the fire's blazing and he wants out of Michigan. He wants to go back to where he gets a nice $15 million paycheck. Gets to deal with grown-ass men getting in fights at clubs, not kids getting in fights at dorm rooms. So,
I mean, with the prospect of Woody Johnson coming back too, as the primary owner of the Jets, he's probably going to open up the checkbook after Adam Gase is summarily let go on Black Monday, which will be January 4th. My calendar will be marked January 4th.
No, it's gonna be White Monday. You know why? Not Black Monday, because you know why? You guys are gonna be celebrating in the streets. Oh, it might be snowing. Who knows? You guys are gonna be happy. I think there might be a parade going down in New York for all the Jets fans who've been suffering for the past 3 years.
Oh, absolutely.
You poor fan base. I feel awful because when you guys hired Adam Gase, I literally just rolled my eyes. I'm like, oh boy, this is the same guy who let Ajayi go for a 4th round pick.
Yeah, I felt the disturbance in the force when that hire was made. I literally said that on Facebook to my family, my friends. I'm like, I feel a disturbance in the force. This is gonna be bad. And it's bad. It's bad. All right. So speaking of NFL, Jared, we're going to go into the NFL race to the top. A couple weeks ago, I did a race to the bottom. This week, I'm going to do a race to the top. Now, I'm looking at the current standings in the NFL. This includes last night's game between Arizona and Seattle. So, look at the AFC picture. Right now, we got Pittsburgh literally sitting in first place at 9-0. And the number 1 seed. Number 2 is Kansas City. They're 8-1. They're nipping out their heels. Buffalo's number 3 at 7-3. Indy's at 4 at 6-3. They own the tiebreaker against Tennessee, who's currently in 9th place. Yeah, that's a big one. 5th place, you got the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders. Miami, also at 6-3. These 3 teams are the next couple teams are 6-3. So we got Las Vegas, Miami, Baltimore, Cleveland. They're right behind Baltimore and Tennessee. And right at the cusp, the scrappy New England Patriots. So out of these 10 teams, who's gonna make the playoffs? Who's your number 1 seed at the end of the season? Who is your wild cards? Who are your wild cards? And who's being left out?
All right, so I'll go rapid fire in this one.
Right.
North, it's Pittsburgh, one of the best offenses in the league. Chase Claypool is if you guys want to go back, and I will ride on the fact that I've been driving the Chase Claypool hype train since March. I said this guy is going to be the next Calvin Johnson, and with a little more of a finesse to him. Megatron was just all size with the speed.
He's more speed too, yeah.
Yeah, no. I heard Chris Sims on Bleacher Report going on about him, so I'm like, oh, let me check this kid's film out. I watched an hour of film on this guy. I was like, holy mother of God, I hope we pick him up. And I was wrong about Denzel Mims, and I was wrong about Justin Jefferson. I thought Jefferson was going to be a bust. I didn't like his separation skills in college. Either way, Claypool makes a total difference because you know what? He takes the defense off of Juju. Deontay Johnson and James Washington will never be more than number 3, number 4 receivers. But with a guy like Claypool as a 1, Juju is a 2 or a 1A, you really get a true fit of an offense. James Conner, I will stand by it. I was wrong. He's really proved he's a number 1 back this year. Do I think he's a top 15 back in the NFL? Not a chance. Do I think he's a number 1 back on an NFL team? Yes. So after that, depending on how the game between Kansas City and Las Vegas goes this weekend, that could change. But right now it is the Chiefs. I think their team is just more well-rounded than everyone else's. And it's Patrick Mahomes. It's just you can't bet against QB Jesus. He's just something different. And Ryan, you and me are both men of faith, but this dude just things that are just otherworldly. Yeah. So
no, I agree.
Yeah,
he's got an arm blessed by God for
basically. All right. Next up, I gotta go to the South. I am gonna go with Tennessee, even though they lost to Indy 2 weeks ago, and they had a rough game and it looked ugly. They just been playing off. It's still Derrick Henry. It's still Ryan Tannehill. They still have A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, and they still have Janu Smith. And that's not even talking about their loaded defense. Clowney or not, that defense stopped Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
They take a Lamar Jackson this week.
Yep.
I picked Lamar Jackson to lose to the Titans. My boy Pat, our newest member of the Corner Booth in the Belly Up family, took that as his upset because I was in his ear like, you gotta pick the Titans. Trust me. Use the force, Pat. I'm telling you right now, the force of nature that is Derrick Henry and the fact the Ravens' run defense has never really been up to snub. I'm telling you right now, I watched the Ravens almost lose to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles would have beaten them by 3 touchdowns if it wasn't for a bad holding call, a drop by Miles Sanders, and a drop by John Hightower. They were all walk-in touchdowns. And I do lean my Eagles a lot, but I was like, we have no business being in this game. Or at least that's what I thought originally while I was sitting at the bar watching this. And then I watched 2 drop touchdowns in a row, and I'm just like, we almost beat the supposed 16-0 Ravens. Yeah, I don't buy Baltimore. They're falling down my power rankings so fast. It's like they got it's like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon with a lead anvil tied to their ankle. It's bad.
Right. Let's talk about the AFC East for a second. My division. Obviously, the Jets are out. The Patriots are kind of in the mix right now. In terms, they're 2 games back, but they could still surprise some. I think they could surprise some people if they pull some wins.
Yeah,
the division's going to come down to Miami and Buffalo. So that's a race that nobody saw coming.
Okay, so I'm not going to brag. Me and Kevin saw this coming back. Well, pre-Cam Newton signing with the second Cam Newton signed with New England, Kevin was like, "Oh, they're going to win the division. This is it." I'm like, "No, Kevin, they're still not." It just doesn't.
No.
You can put lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig. I'm sorry. That offense was atrocious last year with the GOAT.
Yeah,
it's not going to be better with Cam Newton. I don't care if he's got a running ability. When he's throwing the ball to Jacoby Myers and Ryan Izzo, who wouldn't start on last year's Eagles team that had practice squad guys catching the ball. I'm sorry, it's not working here. But I will give you said scrappy for the Patriots. It is admirable what they're doing.
Right.
Although
the Jets should have beat them the Jets should have beat them last Monday night. But
I know I was kind of disappointed. I wanted your Jets to only have 1 win this year, and I wanted it to just be the Patriots. Just one win. Just one win. It would have been great. It would have been
in New England too. I mean, come on, you gotta have it. Gotta have something.
See that.
Let me hang my hat on something this year.
Let's just have one solid victory here over the team that's been kicking our ass for 10 years.
Yeah.
Let's stick it to Bill once. And I gotta give it to the Bills. Unfortunately, it's just like to a time or not. I'm sorry. Chiefs defense, they beat the Rams, but the Rams are the most bipolar team I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my gosh!
One week they come out and Jalen Ramsey and the boys are like knocking balls out of the air into the no-fly zone. The next week they're getting smacked in the face by a Miami team who has no business being there.
Yeah, and they lost. They almost lost to the Giants.
I know. Like
that's the scary thing.
The Giants are a pretty good team, by the way. Like,
you know what?
Equally good team.
You know,
because their defense is great.
Yeah.
And Daniel Jones, when he doesn't turn the ball over, is a serviceable quarterback.
No, absolutely. No. And I live in upstate New York, so we've got the Bills, we got the Giants, we got the Jets, and the Patriots in small measure of fashion. But the Giants, I've heard so many Giants fans at the beginning of the year saying, "Oh, we got a tank to get Trevor Lawrence. Daniel Jones sucks," and he's been panned since the Giants picked him first overall last year, 2019. But look at this.
I was one of those people.
Okay. I mean, he got booed at Yankee Stadium, the poor kid. He hadn't played a down yet. That's how badly panned he is. But
Haskins here, he lost his job. So that just shows how much Giants fans know about quarterback evaluations. Like shit.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? But here's the thing. The thing. He's literally played 1 season. Like he took over for Eli Manning in week 8 last year, week 9? Week 10?
He played a little more than a season. He's played like a season.
Yeah. So this is his first full season. He's in a newer system too. Don't forget, he's got Jason Garrett as his offensive coordinator. I think he's his quarterback coach too. I see the eye roll. I can hear it all the way from here.
Yeah, my Eagles fandom, like you can't tell, there's like Eagles paraphernalia on every wall except the one we're facing. So, right. Oh wait, no, there's Super Bowl shit right there.
But I think, I think the Giants. I mean, they won't win the division this year. I mean, as bad as the AFC East is. I mean, the NFC East, excuse me.
Yeah.
The Steelers have as many wins as the entire NFC East.
I've heard this 3,000 freaking times. You know what? 3,001 pal. Who somehow still has a lead in the NFC East, who's had more injuries than possible this year, but yet had a fully healthy team and then lays a goose egg against the Giants, who they easily could have ran off the field, and then have to have I live in the heart of Giants country, dude. I am Southern Connecticut. It's Giants country over here. Yeah. And I got nothing but flack all week. And I heard about that dumbass Logan Ryan talking smack about how they were a better team. And I'm like, dude, you were the number 3 cornerback on every other team you played for. You did jack crap that entire game. But I will say this about the rest of the AFC quickly. The Bills will win the East. The wildcard teams, I think Indy, their defense is just so gritty. It's mean. It's nasty. They are punch you in the mouth football.
I know. They almost shut out the Jets. I mean, I know firsthand what it looks like.
So they're the 5 seed. They're the 5 seed, obviously.
Okay.
And then once you get to 6 and 7, I got to go with like Baltimore. And then Baltimore is going to be the 7. And the 6th seed or 5th seed is going to be the loser of Kansas City, Las Vegas.
Okay.
I don't think Miami makes it this year unless Baltimore has a catastrophic collapse. I won't put Cleveland in there because I think Cleveland's COVID issues may trip them up against a very pissed off and a very motivated Eagles team that's coming to town this week.
Okay.
Myles Garrett, by the way, is out this week as well. He was just announced about noon today that he's out with COVID. So it's definitely going to be interesting. In the NFC.
All right. So let's look at the NFC.
This gets crazy. So the NFC
is nuts.
The NFC is the biggest part. I don't know how you feel about cursing on the show, Ryan, because I'm about to drop a big F-bomb right here.
All right, do it. Power through it.
It's a giant clusterfuck. I'm sorry. It is. I know I am the sailor mouth of Belly of Sports. I curse more than I should. And probably I'm going to catch some flack for it as a religious man. I probably shouldn't curse as much as I do, but
I try not to. But sometimes sometimes a cuss word is warranted, and that one was.
All right, number 1 seed in the NFC, and this is so weird. I was run on the Saints harder for the number 1 seed in the NFC. I feel like nobody wants the NFC's top crown though. I guess by default it's going to be Green Bay because their division is just as bad as Philadelphia as the Eagles. The East is just as bad as the North. The North have better records because they played easier teams. Everyone forgets the NFC East had to play the AFC North this year, who have a combined record better than the NFC West. On top of that, you have the Giants who are hot. You have the Eagles who are still talent for talent, the best team in that division, who are playing a gauntlet. It's Seattle, Arizona, Green Bay, New Orleans, and Cleveland. And then they get Dallas at the end.
Oof. Yeah.
The worst part is, Ryan, as an Eagles fan, we have a shot in each one of those games because each team has proven they are not worthy of the number 1 spot, except for even Green Bay. The NFC is the most flawed it's the most flawed I've ever seen it. So I guess I got to give number 1 to Green Bay, even though they're going to take an L this week against Indy. For now, they have it until New Orleans proves they can win with Taysom Hill. Number 2 is New Orleans. The roster is just good enough to beat Tampa. We'll see how they do down the stretch.
Well, how long is Drew Brees out for?
I'm going to say, we were talking about it, so we did the research. A collapse lung is a 2-week injury for a normal human being. What athlete, and he's 40 years old, I'm going to say 3 weeks. And if they're winning games, they're not going to rush him back. Kev brought up the point about possibly doing this might be Brees' last year anyway. So maybe doing a Peyton Manning rocket ship kind of deal where Taysom Hill kind of manages the offense until they get there. But the problem is the Saints defense ain't that good. And if Tampa Bay gets hot, they're going to have to win out basically to catch New Orleans. But New Orleans with Taysom Hill is a lot less dangerous than New Orleans with a healthy Drew Brees. So, number 3, I got to go with whoever the hell wins the NFC West. I think it's going to be Arizona. I think it's going to be Arizona. And bear with me here. Arizona, Kyler Murray's shouldering the turnovers why they lost last night. They were the better team. They knew it. Seattle knew it. Most educated football fans knew it. Seattle has a patchwork defense of superstars and a bunch of scrubs. Right. It's not Madden, guys. It doesn't work that way. You need to have cohesion.
No, and this is and the funny part is I thought to myself, are they going to circumvent? Is every team going to circumvent the salary cap somehow this year, except for the New York Jets? Because right now, as of right now, it stands. I think what
Philadelphia is 9 over, dude. What are you talking about? We're screwed either way.
No. I'm just thinking the NFC West. mean, because look at it this way, because the Rams have like what?
So Todd Gurley money.
No, but they have $100 million invested in Jared Goff. They have $100 million invested in Aaron Donald, and they have $100 million in Jared Ramsey.
Yeah. And you have Seattle, who has Jamal Adams. They got to pay. They got to Ross is paid already. They're gonna have to pay DK in a year or two. Lockett, they got to pay. They got to pay some. They got to get a running back or something. Yeah. They got to pay a tackle because Ross can't keep running for his life. Or Sierra is going to come out and smack Pete Carroll.
I'm gonna give you my one team to keep an eye on. Minnesota. Minnesota is on a well. Think about it this way. I mean, Minnesota had. I mean,
Ryan, I want to see them beat a legit contender first, but I do see your point though because the way they're running the ball with Dalvin Cook and the Jefferson Thielen combo. But I want to see them beat a contender. But
here are the next. Well, here are the next 3 games. They're at home against the Cowboys this Sunday.
That's a win.
They got at home against the Panthers, and they're at home against.
It's a win.
Well, Panthers have lost 5 in a row, and then they're at
the
home.
Results have gotten. I've gotten screwed, man. They're scared. Their schedule with the injuries has been awful.
Well, and then after the Panthers, at the Jaguars. That's 3 wins right there. They're hopping to 7-5,
or at least 2-1. Worst case,
they could. Worst case scenario, go to 2-1. Best case scenario, they're 3-0. They're sitting at 7-5 with 4 games to go. They got the Buccaneers at home.
That's a loss. They were 7-6 at that point.
I'm sorry, they're at the Buccaneers, so that's gonna be a loss.
Yes,
they're at home against the Bears. That's a win.
Yeah, that's a win.
They're at the Saints. They're at New Orleans.
Week 16.
Week 16. They're at New Orleans. But
depending on where playoff positioning is, that may be a win.
Depending on whether Drew Brees is back, and there's no fans in the crowd, so that's
Superdome is kind of just a big practice facility at that point.
And then they're at home. Their last game is at Detroit, who
is trying to tank. But the Detroit is Detroit.
Don't fire us, Mike.
No, I told Mike they suck. I picked them to win the fucking division this year, right? Come on, man. Like, I went from Minnesota winning the division to Detroit, and Kevin's like, why aren't you picking the Packers? And I'm like, because they are as soft as melted mozzarella cheese. What do you want me to tell you? Like,
I see what you did there with the cheese comment because it's Wisconsin.
There you go. And you're a New York guy, so the mozzarella is kind of a key.
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella. That's it right there. But no, the Packers are only the number 1 seed is because they have the easiest. They literally have a Notre Dame schedule. It is so easy. And I said when we broke down the schedules while I was on vacation, I said right up, I thought there was going to be a harder schedule, but then I realized half the teams in their schedule suck this year. And like someone's like, so how do you feel about the next 5 games for Philly? I'm like, well, I like us at Green Bay. And they're like, why? I'm like, we have 2 running backs who literally abuse soft defenses, Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard, who just resigned Philly this morning. Howard had a field day on them last year. Miles Sanders is a top 5, top 10 running back. It's like if Carson just doesn't turn the ball over, we got this. We'll just say, hey, Darius Slay, go lock down a not top 5 receiver in Devontae Adams. We'll call it a day.
I was waiting for you to see if it was a top 5 receiver.
Dude, that was the greatest conversation of all time. Kevin lives rent free in Packers fans' heads for that one.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
NFC South, it's gonna be packed. North, East, West, NFC West. Yeah, so the East is the 4th. It's gonna be Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be surprised if they get hot. The weirdest thing is, Ryan, this team is like an abusive relationship with me. Every time I want to leave, and this is no disrespecting to any people who are going through that. It is a serious offense, and if you seek help. Have a friend, whatever it is. But my relationship with the Philadelphia Eagles is no matter how bad, like I'm gonna rephrase it. It's a relationship where they keep cheating on me, but I keep coming back anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give up my Eagles, but then I see, Myles Garrett's out with COVID. You got their kicker, their right tackle. I'm like, their right tackle in our pass rush is ranked like 3rd or 4th in the league. Okay, this is not a good idea for them. OBJ's out for the season. It's just like there's the little things start popping up, and I'm like, oh God, don't do this to me again. Don't give me hope. What's that line from Avengers Endgame? Don't give me hope. Yeah, this is it. And then watch next week, like somebody on the somebody on the Seahawks is gonna or the Seahawks are gonna have like a rough week. Because I think they're coming to Philadelphia. And then New Orleans is in Philadelphia. New Orleans plays horrible in the cold weather. They always have. Watch snowing, and Taysom Hill's going to screw that up somehow. And it's going to be just like, it's going to be week after week of me just like, there's a chance of us winning each game. And I'm just like, watch, we'll go 4-1 and we'll get into the playoffs in this stretch. Let's go 5-1 down the stretch. We'll take a loss to maybe Arizona because we're playing them and they're going to light us up. That all is ridiculous. Let's say we do a great job. I don't know, man. This team the Eagles on paper should be kicking the living snot at about 80% of teams in the NFL. On paper.
Right.
Preseason on paper. And then nothing makes sense. I really hope after everything that happened this week with Doug Peterson and Jim Schwartz and all the play calling, all the star players, Pro Bowlers coming out and saying they're disappointed in this, they're pissed off. I hope they smack the daylights out of Baker and the Browns. Wildcard teams. This is where it gets fun here.
Oh, the wildcard teams, it's nuts.
Oh, my God. This is where the money's made, man. This is where it's going to get
is.
So, I'm going to take Seattle as the top seed in the wild card. I think Arizona's going to beat them out just because Arizona's schedule on the back end looks a little easier, or at least easier for them. They can outscore those teams. Seattle's going to be the 5 seed, or Tampa Bay. It's going to be one of the two. And then the 7th seed. Oh my God, it's going to be the Rams. I think I hate picking the Rams as like the last seed, but I just don't see. I don't see Minnesota unless Minnesota, like you say, gets super hot and keeps running and playing well, and Kirk Cousins doesn't pull a Kirk Cousins. I think they might be the one team that steals it. The Giants would have to win out to get a wild card.
The Giants got to win out, basically. Yeah,
win out, and they would either win the division or if Philadelphia won out, they'd be like a game behind. They get the wild card. That's the only way they're getting in. Is either they win the division or both Philly and then win out. I don't see the Niners. Basically, their season's been shot to hell. You want to talk about injuries blowing up a team?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That's crazy.
Like I think the 49ers bet their soul on last year's Super Bowl, and God was just like, oh, so here's Patrick Mahomes. He's basically the quarterback version of like a demigod, and this is what you have to deal with. Enjoy. Once you get to the playoffs, Ryan, all bets are off because
all bets are definitely off. Yeah,
Packers,
for sure.
The Packers are getting punched. One of these teams. Okay, so let's look at the teams that can run the ball in the NFC. By the way, Philadelphia can run the ball very well. New York, without Saquon Barkley, runs the ball well. That cracks me up. Then you go to the Buccaneers, who have Ronald Jones, who's a top 10 running back in my opinion. The dude's proved he's reliable as hell. I think Fournette signed with the wrong team, obviously. Yeah. Seattle with 16 different guys. Can't. That's the one team. Listen, 2 of those guys are Miami Hurricanes that I love and respect. Travis Homer and DJ Dallas. They're novelty bags. They're not every down.
Fun fact about Travis Homer. His brother Tevin, he played for our arena football team in Albany.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping he'd get an NFL gig because that kid's fast and he can hit.
Homer's brother?
Yeah, Tevin. Travis Homer's brother.
My first exposure to Travis Homer was Hurricanes Toledo 2017. Mark Walton just went down for the season after the miracle win against it was the week before. The week before the miracle win against FSU. He went down for the season on like some BS hit against or went out for the game with a concussion. And Travis Homer comes in first. It was like first or second carry. Ryan breaks in a 65-yarder. I was like, holy crap, this kid's fast and he likes to lower his shoulder. Where do I sign up to be in this kid's fan club? Like, damn, I love Travis Homer. I was so hyped when he went to Seattle because I'm like, oh, he'll get some carries because they run running back by everybody there. So. But the NFC just makes no sense because like the number 1 seed will probably be the Packers because the rest of them are beating the snot out of each other because they actually have real schedules while the Packers are sitting there with their Notre Dame schedule like, okay, we'll play this crap team and this crap team and this crap team. And then we'll get smacked the crap out of us the second we get to the playoffs. And Aaron can complain. It cracks me up. By the way, Ryan, this is my favorite beer of all time, by the way, if you want to know.
Two Hearted?
I can kill a case. Me, my brother-in-law, or basically my brother-in-law, my dad, my friends, they all know it. It's just a 6-pack. You ever want a peace offering, just a 6-pack of this, I'm good.
Nice.
I am a simple creature when it comes to that. Two Hearted Ale always.
I've already gone through my crowler of triple canopy sour, so I'm good to go there.
I slammed that ice cream man while trying to figure out the technical difficulties.
which was on my end, by the way.
It's all right. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, Ryan, when was the last time you had a guest on? You might have missed something.
Yeah, the last time I had a guest was Cameron from Puff and Pepper.
Oh, that was a good show. That was a good
thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move away from the NFL playoff race. We'll get to wrapping up the week in sports. Let's talk NHL reverse retro jerseys.
Oh my God, I have my 2 favorites already.
All right, who are your favorites? Who are your favorites and who are your least favorites?
My team, first of all, killed it. The Pittsburgh Penguins. Holy mother of God. I love the throwback to the Kevin Stevens and Mario Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr days. Like, oh my Lord, it looks great. Yes, everyone calls me a bandwagon. I know who Kevin Stevens is. I know about his drug problems, but he was a great hockey player for the Penguins.
He was.
I was very well educated as a Penguins fan by a lifelong Penguins fan, my uncle who got me hooked on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love their jersey. But can we talk about the Phoenix Coyotes, man? That jersey just straight flames.
Okay.
Woo! That one is clean. And it's like the kind of the funky fashion kind of clean. Like it's like the same appeals like the Diamondbacks retro where they use that purple for like everything in Arizona. It's a culture thing down there. I love it. I even love the San Jose Sharks one too.
It was all right. It wasn't my top 5.
The biggest comment I heard was they didn't use enough teal, which I do get because that was the big thing. But like, can we just bag on the Philadelphia Flyers for a second? The fact that they basically do jack shit, but they have had the same uniform since Eric Lindros' rookie year. All right, that was like 1993.
So keep your head up, Lindros.
Listen,
as a New Jersey Devils fan, I can say that.
I do. Speaking of the East, though, I do love the Devils jerseys, man. I like
the Christmas jerseys, man.
I love the Christmas jerseys.
As a New Jersey, I'm a New Jersey Devils fan. I'm a New Jersey Devils fan.
I didn't appreciate that take.
Oh, I loved it. So my number 1 was Colorado because they threw it back to the Nordiques, the N, and the fleur de lis on the waist right here.
Yeah,
loved it, and then the Colorado colors. Oh, it's beautiful. And my number 2, I mentioned this on my podcast. No credentials required. I wrote it up. Also did a write up on.
Great show. Listen to it, by the way, folks.
Oh, thank you very much. Also wrote up an article on Belly Up Sports this week about my top 5, my 5 favorite, my least favorite. Number 2. I mean, I'm not supposed to be a Rangers. I'm not a Rangers fan because. Obviously, New Jersey Devils. Yeah, they brought back Lady Liberty. I loved it.
I gotta respect it. I hate the Rangers.
Gotta respect it
so much. I hate their fans even more. It's so funny. I have no hate for the Rangers, and then like I tell somebody I'm a Penguins fan, they're like a Rangers fan. They're like cursing me out. I'm like, dude, is like you guys aren't even like. It's the same with Bruins fans. Like, the hell's wrong with you people? Like, shit. Cowboys Eagles fans don't get in the fights this bad. Like, crap. Raiders fans just hate everybody, apparently.
Well, have you ever been to a Raiders fans den? It's a jail cell.
Rangers.
Oh, I said Raiders. I'm sorry.
No, Rangers.
No, you mentioned Cowboys, Eagles, and I'm like, wait, you said the Raiders?
No, it's crazy. I went to school with a bunch of kids, and I worked at the radio station in my school. There were a bunch of Rangers fans, and they used to, and that was back when Pittsburgh was doing it and doing it well. So right. It's like, I got so much flack because my team was winning back-to-back Stanley Cups my junior and senior year of college that they were giving me so much smack about that. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, why are you hating us for being good? We got the LeBron James of hockey on our team. Like, what the hell you want from us?
Yeah, we've won a total of what? 2 Stanley Cups in the last 80 years. I'm sorry, you have no say here.
5, baby.
Hey, I'll take 3 and 10. I'll take 3 and 8. You know, it's a dynasty. It's a mini dynasty right there.
Right? Like everyone always like every hockey fan I've ever talked to always hates on Crosby, and I'm like, yeah, he's a little bit of a whiner, but like so is Ovi. Like, damn,
I
like
mean,
what y'all want to tell? Like McDavid complains too. It's like all these guys they want like they just hate it because the dude won a title in 08. He beat Marion Hossa, the Lindstrom brothers, and the Red Wings, and I was like, oh boy. I remember watching that 07 Stanley Cup when I was 13 years old. I remember the Red Wings smacking the crap out of us. I was like, we're going to be back. Next year, we beat the traitor, Marion Hossa, and we got the title. I was like, yes. But, like, yeah, honestly, though, I love, like, not. You know what the worst part is? Like, Ryan, like, I love about 80% of these jerseys. There's only about 4 or 5 I don't like.
Yeah, the Islanders were my bottom 5 because it doesn't look like they changed anything at all.
No,
and they didn't go with the fishermen. They didn't go with the fishermen.
Okay, so I'm big. I'm on TikTok all the time. Sports TikTok, because I live on that.
Mm-hmm.
So this girl I follow, she was breaking down the hockey jerseys, and she said the biggest complaint was a fisherman. I'm like, that's badass as hell. I technically was an employee of the Islanders for 6 months.
Right.
Their minor league system. I worked at their double A.
In Bridgeport?
In Bridgeport, yeah. I was an employee at their arena.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, but what's crazy to me is like the fisherman would have been great.
Oh, the fisherman would have been awesome. Awesome. I mean, with the current colors, I mean, not with the teal and the extend, but with the original colors, the orange, the blue, and the white.
The Syracuse orange colors. Like, let's roll with it. But
yeah.
What would you have to say before?
Well, fun fact, in terms of minor league hockey. So I don't know if I may have brought this up in different conversations, but I used to be the chaplain for the Albany AHL team.
I think you told me that.
For the River Rats and the Devils.
Wow, so you may bumped into each other at some point, like
possibly.
I worked there in 2016.
Okay. So see, I've never been to I've only been to. Actually, I haven't been to any road games. The last time I was in Connecticut was in Hartford. I went to a Hartford game because my chaplain head at the time, he's in Hartford. He's based in Hartford.
Okay.
So he ministers to the Hartford Wolfpack.
Yeah.
So I went to the old arena there, which was literally in the mall.
It's a shithole. It's a fucking shithole.
It was all right. I
mean, but the thing is with like Webster Bank, the year before, like 6 months before I started working there, my buddy, his mom, the law firm she works at, got us free suite tickets there. So
nice.
We were in a suite. And it was insane. It was expensive, but it was insane. I loved it. But yeah, I know. The only other ones I didn't like how one Philadelphia we talked about already because like they didn't do jack. It's the same freaking logo. At least put gritty on the damn jersey. Like, come on, like do something.
So some of the ones that I didn't like were they just looked lazy or they were just boring. Like the Boston one was kind of boring. I was okay about Dallas. I wish they went with the
old school colorways and they didn't. They kept with the new ones.
This is what they should have done. They should have gone with the Mooterus. The Mooterus, the constellation with the bull.
Yeah, that I see. So I have a couple rookie cards from I had a '93 box set, and it had I guess a throwback jersey, and it was a guy wearing that jersey. I was like, that's fire as hell.
The Mooterus,
that's awesome. Yeah, no, I just any other ones. The LA Kings one was okay.
I liked it because it was the old, gold and what they call forum blue, but it's really purple. But I wish they brought back the Burger King with the in those colors.
Yeah,
the Burger King jersey.
Honestly though, it's like I feel like the bar was set so low with how bad some of these jerseys were that the one you honestly, if you did okay, if you even just threw new logos in different colors, whatever, you were fine. I still love I think even if you just brought back a retro jersey from basically recreated the retro jersey, Pittsburgh already kind of got rid of that weird, odd gold color, which I actually liked, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
Yeah, but
the
they
old
went
gold
back to retro colors. What, 2 years ago? They went back to it. 3 years ago?
Yeah, within the last 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they won their last Stanley Cup. So maybe 4 years ago, they won their last Stanley Cup with those colors.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just kind of brought back the old Pittsburgh, almost like the Satchel style, lettering, which I liked as well. So and then you got teams like Phoenix, who in Winnipeg, which honestly could have been done better. But I mean,
I liked Winnipeg's jersey. It was the old Jets jersey with the new colors.
It's weird because they're not Winnipeg anymore. Winnipeg is like, and Nashville kind of felt lazy too, I guess.
Yeah, Nashville's was kind of lazy. St. Louis's was,
You got a non-hockey guy talking about hockey jerseys. This is motherfucking good, man. Like hockey,
I like the aesthetics. That's what it is. It's all about
for me until about first round of playoffs. Because my team's usually in every year. So
yeah, I mean that's what it is for a lot of people too. Like the casual fan, they don't really get into it until the playoffs start.
Well, playoff hockey is just a different animal, man. It's just
playoff hockey. I love playoff.
Okay,
hockey.
So I'm going to say hot take. Until the Western Conference Finals, playoff hockey is better than playoff basketball by a mile.
Oh gosh, yes.
Oh yeah. So playoff football.
Come at us, basketball. Come at us, hardcore honeys.
Yeah, or our former coworker, my boy at CBS, Joey Livin.
No, playoff hockey is fun.
Oh, playoff hockey is so much fun. Playoff hockey gets me hype as hell. But if we're gonna do a ranking, like quick tier, it'd be NFL playoff games. There's nothing like it.
Mm-hmm.
March Madness, then college football playoff. Like the first round of the game is crazy, but it's like at the same time it's 4 teams. Kind of takes away. If there was 8 teams, it'd be so intense. Then it's kind of a 2-way tie between hockey and baseball because baseball playoffs are just so crazy. Once you get to the second round, it's just a whole new animal.
What do you think of the format that it is here with the wild card with 8 teams in each league?
The fact that it was basically made for teams like the Diamondbacks who always get screwed every year because they have the best team in baseball in their division, and then we end up having a horrible season and losing. I loved the idea. I just it's a great idea. It's just it sucked this year because my team decided that Cole Calhoun was going to be our one bright shining spot. Him and Zach Galen. Everyone else was going to be awful. So I love the idea though for like expanding the playoffs because I'm sorry, it's basic capitalism. Playoff games, more money goes back into the league. Players get paid more, and it's more fun experience for the fans. I'm sorry, I think there should be 6 teams in the college football playoff. I think the top 2 seeds should be rewarded for being that good, and they should get a bye. Like, if it was this year, I think it should be, let's just say rankings right now. It would be, this is just how I think the end of the season is going to end up playing out.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama, Clemson. Then you have Notre Dame and Ohio State. Then after that, you have Miami, who's going to be the odd team out who didn't make the championship because Notre Dame kind of pocketed their little spots, and they're going to get in to the championship regardless. And then you got like Miami, and then you maybe throw in, I don't know, another Big Ten team or an SEC team, maybe Florida. And look, that's a great lineup. I would pay money to see all 8 of those games. It will be phenomenal. To
be fair, I would love to see. I want to see like a team like Cincinnati and BYU.
Well,
get the college football playoff.
The committee's going to punish them though.
Oh, of course they are because they're either independent because BYU decided to go on a barnstorming tour based on the fact that they had nobody to play because they're independent, and Cincinnati's going to be punished because they play in the American. Yeah, which sucks because group of 5. It's a group of 5. It's not a Power 5 school. Anyway,
it's playoff hockey is just something else, man.
Love me some playoff hockey.
I do
love
too.
me some playoff hockey.
Like I didn't watch enough. I didn't watch enough last year, and it really kind of made me sad.
The bubble was fun. The bubble was fun. The bubble series between the qualifier and then the round robin with the top 4 seeds, which determined.
I love that system, by the way.
It was a great system.
I still loved it.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I think NHL should do. They should cut the season by like what 12 games. Mm-hmm. Do a round robin for the top 4 seeds, and then do a playoff qualifier for the next 8.
I would love that. Honestly, with NHL, they're the 4th team. They're the 4th league in America. They have to admit it. They're behind football, basketball, and baseball. They know they're behind it. Give them a gimmick like this, the round robin every year. Give them that. It makes it so much more fun.
Yeah, it kept me interested.
Yeah, because college football knows they're never going to compete with the pros.
No,
college football playoff, March Madness. These guys have a gimmick that makes them work.
Mm-hmm.
You have this round robin every single year. Dude, are you kidding me? That's like some serious shit to get some serious ratings.
Yeah.
I think the NFL was on to something this year.
Yeah. All right. So we had a couple of Jared had a couple of hot takes. So speaking of hot takes, we're going to give a shout out to one of our partners at Belly Up Sports, Hoff and Pepper Hot Sauce. Jared, have you tried some of this stuff yet?
I have not. I actually was going to place my order because my dad's a big hot sauce guy. So I was going to try to order him a couple for Christmas this year. So I'm looking at a couple of their sauces. See, the thing is, my dad has a heat tolerance. Like he got to the third hottest on the Buffalo Wild Wings scale before he even needed to drink some water. So I think he'll love everything there. And the fact
the smoked ghost is out of this world. It's delicious.
I like heat, but I like habanero heat. Like I like it hot, but like I don't need it to like. I want to enjoy the flavor too.
Yeah. I mean, you'll enjoy the smoked ghost for sure. I mean, it's got the heat, but it's also got the smoked habaneros, so it's delightful. So handcrafted with farm fresh jalapenos and habaneros, Hoff's original hot sauce has gone into numerous awards and gained international recognition. They always strive to create sauces and seasonings that enhance flavors with balanced heat profiles, like the smoked ghost. Every one of their handmade products is made in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Yeah, it's naturally vegan and gluten free. So if you're of the vegan and gluten free crowd, here's your sauces. Shop Hoff and Pepper.
Yeah. I'm basically a carnivore, so.
Yeah, I'm a carnivore. I'm an omnivore myself, so yeah, absolutely. So shop Hoffin. Go today to hoffandpepper.com. Enter promo code BELLYUP at checkout. You'll save 10% off your purchase. So you can use that code for getting your dad some hot sauce this year.
Oh, no. My parents don't know. Like, my friends, family, parents are all getting, like, stuff that's from Belly Up affiliates. Like, my mom's getting some Invader coffee.
Nice.
My dad's Hoff and Pepper sauce. All my boys, even, like, some of my friends are getting Belly Up merch. It's going to be a good time. I even might get something Manscaped for myself. There we go.
There you go.
The beer Kong, I was going to get Kevin, like, a Kong beer bong, but then he bought 3. So, I mean, there's no point at this point. Okay, so... By the way, our next live stream, by the way, I have to shotgun a double IPA, which should be just
oof.
Okay, so Ryan, by the way, I knocked this New England IPA and I'm out in about 3 sips.
Mm-hmm.
IPA's gone like water to me.
Okay.
Listen, it's not just the beard and the hair. I do have a Viking persona. The alcohol content doesn't bother me. So I'm going to take a Space Dust by Elysian.
Okay.
It's 8.2. It's smooth. But it still is going to fulfill. I got dared by our newest co-host's brother to shotgun a IPA on air for our live stream. And I think Kevin should funnel some Jack Daniels in his Kong beer bong.
All right. So you're in the New England area. Have you ever had Heady Topper?
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? When it came back to Connecticut in like liquor stores for a minute, I bought like 5 4-packs.
Nice. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Heady Topper and Treehouse Brewing. Definitely my top 3.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I actually told Kevin the other day. I said I've never done. I'm in my 40s. I've never done a beer bong.
Actually, that's true. I've never done one either. I've done probably 100 keg stands. Never. I've even done one armed. I've
never done a keg stand either.
There's a video of me at my buddy's Christmas party. My sister. Her first college party came with her boyfriend, and they were recording me doing a 1-armed keg stand.
See, I'm more of a relaxed partier. I'm not a big like rager. I've never been a rager. I've been like more of just casual, just hanging out.
I had 2 friend groups I partied with in college, and it was like one was the ragers and one was the relaxed party crew having fun, drinking.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. The ragers, I would never get that messed up. The lax party crew, I would get like so screwed up the next morning. Like,
yeah, because you don't know that you're drinking that much beer. Yeah. You're just sitting there, you're just having a good time. You're just hanging out.
Ask me a story off air. Ask me about Cinco de Mayo.
Oh boy.
Cinco de Mayo 2017 was a rough day for your boy. So.
That was so for me too. For me too. For 2017, me too.
That night, man.
Yeah, I had some friends for Cinco de Mayo. Some friends and I, we played cards and we didn't like shotgun tequila. We just casually sipping it, playing cards, getting food.
Last time
next morning, I was like, oh, not good, not good, Ryan.
I tried to speedball the tequila process. I poured salt into my shot glass of Terramana tequila, and that was the dumbest thing I ever did. It tasted brutal going down.
Oh.
That was at the last time me and Kevin drank together, which was my parents' Halloween party back in October. That was a rough night too. See, I'm usually a pretty lax guy, and it's just like when the party comes out, the party animal Jared comes out, and that's college me comes roaring back.
Kev's an enabler. I'm gonna call him an enabler.
And he was laughing at me the entire time.
All right, so on that note, folks, we're going to end things here at A Round for the Weekend. Let's connect on Facebook, facebook.com/BellyUpAFTW, Twitter and Instagram, BellyUpAFTW, YouTube, AFTW Belly Up. Jared, you have honors. You may give us your socials. Where can we find you?
I am on Instagram at BellyUpJared51. Twitter at BellyUpJared51 as well, or just BellyUpJared. It's pretty easy to find me, honestly. Just search Jared Clem. I'm not that hard to find.
Yep. And we can find your go ahead.
And yeah, and also follow obviously Corner Booth Pod on Twitter and Instagram.
Yep.
Me and my delinquent brothers, Kevin and Pat. It's a fun time. If you enjoyed my cursing and my blue collar humor, that's basically what our show is. We are definitely the rough children of this Belly Up Podcast Network. So, but also you guys got to check out No Credentials Required. It is one of my favorite podcasts to listen to during the week.
Oh, thank you.
Ryan always kills it. So I always appreciate listening to them, him and his boy. So yeah, that's it.
All right, folks. Well, thanks again for watching A Round for the Weekend. If you're watching on replay, thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. My boy Jared here. I'm one of the older guys in the group of our Belly Up family. Mm-hmm. I think I'm the oldest. Then Shaka is the next is next in line. So like all you guys are my little brothers. It's awesome.
There's only 3 people who've been here longer than me now.
No,
there's only 3 or 4 people who've been here longer than me.
Wow,
I've been here for 2 and oh no, it's just Mike and Blaine.
Yeah,
holy shit,
Mike and Blaine.
They found the third longest.
Well, they found the dang thing.
I mean, like it's like crazy because they recruited me back in 2018.
Wow.
No, 28. Yeah, no, 2018. Yeah, they recruited me in July of 2018. They brought me in, and I've been here for over 2 years now. Like holy shit.
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow. My 1 year's coming up actually in January. So for myself,
I'll make sure I celebrate it. Yeah, no, my 2 year just passed, and it was crazy. I was thinking, I'm like, oh, congratulations for 2 years of Belly Up Sports. I'm like, holy shit, where the hell did the time go?
Well, I'm looking at the calendar, and actually my first article that came out in the 25th or the 28th, I can't remember, but I'll have to do a 1 year anniversary show. Maybe I'll have Mike and Blaine and some of the other misfits of the of the sports web page world.
A big word for it. I mean, you know what's crazy is like
the island of misfit sports writers. That's what we are.
Ryan, I used to be just a writer. That's how I started here. I wasn't even a podcaster.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do my first podcast until like November of like 2018. And then I would write occasionally, and then like I just stopped writing completely. I'm like, I'm just all media, baby. I'm done with the writing. Also, I just don't have the patience for it. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, I just like being creative. That's just me. I just like to be creative and whatever medium I can go into and be creative. Writing, podcasting, video. Oh yeah, I just want to get those creative wiggles out.
I think my biggest issue was that like I wrote so much in college as a journalism major that like it really fatigued, man. If I had to write one more BS article about some like pregnant wife yelling at a building developer to lose my mind. That happened one time. Some lady someone got up and started screaming at a developer in my town because I live in a pretty decent sized town in Connecticut. And she's screaming at this guy about building low-income housing. I'm like, oh, boy, this is borderline.
Oh, this is going to end badly.
This is going to end really badly. And I wrote a whole article about that. It was great. And my professor's like, what the hell is this? I'm like, this is what happened during the meeting, man. I don't have to tell you.
Yeah, exactly. All right, folks. So we're gonna end things here before the show really goes off the rails. So thanks for joining on around for the weekend. Jared, thanks for being on with me. Thanks for being a good sport. Coming on the podcast, coming on the streaming show. And until next time, I'll save you a seat at the pub. All right, cheers, everybody. Have a great weekend, and maybe have a special show on Tuesday with some friends. We'll do a interesting watch along with some CFL friends of mine. Do some Grey Cup action.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I forgot the Grey Cups this week.
Well, there's no Grey Cup this year because no season.
Oh, is it a watch? Is it a watch? So what are you watching along?
The 2010 Grey Cup between Montreal and Saskatchewan. So. I tune in with a couple of my friends from Montreal. So I might want to tune in.
I'm a big fan of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers because it's just all about offense.
Oh, go check out their schedule reveal on the Twitter account. It's awesome.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
If you like the offense, let's put it that way. Well, I'll leave it at that. All right, folks. Cool. Thanks again for joining me. And Jared, have a great weekend.